hear the voices inside my head. See voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog. We fighting above the law.
Oh, let me turn this down. Hey, yo, I'm just going to pull up my chat. Uncle Matt. All right, let me find my chat. So I'm going to share a couple of things. There we are. Okay. Hey, Darzilla. Can you guys hear me okay? It sounds staticky to me. Hey, Melissa. Darzilla. Dodie. Tanya. Ashley. Smiley. Hi, Chaos Queen. Summy Turbo. Mimi's. Pixel. Muffy. Jaja. Hey, Rosie. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Hey, Outdoorsy. Newfie Girl. Patty Ponytail. Hey, Charm. Okay, so I didn't scare everybody off yet. That's good. That's good. Hey, Lil Wang. Cousin Tracy. Doodle Mom. I'm truly awesome. Oh, I don't know about that, but thank you. I am whosoever. Hello. That's a cute name. Wasn't there a report several months after Summer went missing that Ronnie Lawson and another man on four-wheelers found a missing child on Ronnie's brother's property? Gloria, yes, there was. Yes, there was. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. All sorts of news in all of the cases, right? Gavel, hey Moo. Hey Johnny. Hope you're doing awesome. Also. Not scared? Okay, I'm scared. Okay. Well, that's all that matters. The good people. Good people are still here. When evil entered. I didn't scare you away. Very disturbing. Which part, which case? Let's just get into it. Hey, Crimes Has Consequences. Hi, Amy. Thanks for being here, y'all. So which subject do you want to get into first? Because there's a lot, right? We got cousin Ronnie and his son, so locked up, which if everyone was watching Matt Gilbert's channel, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, he reported this was going on before it came out in the news today. So I wasn't really shocked about it, but I will admit I did forget about it in the what I've been doing lately. That it was out of sight, out of mind. And so when it was posted, I was like, holy shit. Right? I'm upset that Ronnie Lawson's son only got 1 year in jail. Well, that was kind of to be expected, right? You've seen a short that Dawn's out. Okay, Dawn is not released yet. He's got, I mean, if he is, I did think, would they tell us or would they feed the media a fake date or feed us all who keeps calling and annoying them, who they really don't like? Would they give us a fake date and release him earlier? They do that with, well, I mean, they did that in Jeffrey Epstein's case. They told the media a fake day so that when he was walking out, there would be no media, but it was still caught because, some people camped out there for days. So, but yeah, they do things like that. So I don't necessarily trust the media because I know that it's used not to tell the truth like everyone thinks. So it's definitely made to, only work for the establishment, if you will. Oh boy, network is why Ronnie's son got so little. Huh. Hey, Sir Coolbox. Valerie. Maybe that's why Candace went home. Oh, is she back up on the hill now? Hi, Beverly. Kinkins. Is she back up on the hill? Hi, Wandering Hearts. Oh my God, Dawn out. That's going to turn into a circus again, drunk on the phone. I don't know, unless someone keeps them under lock and key like they've been doing to Candace. right? Cursed with curiosity. Hello. Mr. ChəR's here. He actually worked late today, so he just ate some dinner and now he's relaxing, so he's probably stalking the chat or watching something totally different and relaxing. She's back up on the hill, huh? Okay, so that's interesting. Preparing, I don't know, getting laundry ready for when Dawn gets home. I don't know. Still folding that laundry. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm terrible. That's why I've had to be quiet a lot lately. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've been feeling petty. People keep attacking me, and a lot of you guys know the vicious circle I go through in every case that I report on or dig deeper in myself, right? It's this circle of screw ChəR. Now you got other creators who loved me a week ago talking shit about me. Again, like the fuck out of here. Oh, you did so awesome with Dawn Wells. Well, guess what? The very same people talked shit about me when I was doing it with Dawn Wells, too. Turned around, kissed my ass, told me what a great job, and now is continuing to talk shit about me in this case. Really? Why? I've lost 100 subs, and I'm laughing about it. Those 100 subs I don't need. And trust me, I've got my personal list. Don't come crying to me. Can you unblock me? I know I said some nasty things in the past. Can you please unblock me? No, bitch. If I've personally blocked you since this, no, you will not get unblocked because guess what? We're adults here. Oh, and when I'm poked and I do lash out, even though ChəR bites her tongue so damn much, trust me, I do. I could have a hate channel. I could lash out all day, every day on so many people. Trust me. And a lot of people would think the shit was funny. But I don't do that, and it would pay well. I've seen what some of these bashing channels make in a month, and let me tell you, yeah, that's where the money's at, okay? Yeah, no unblocking. Aw, Shuby, thank you. Lawson's victims get life sentences, and he gets 1 year. Pray for the victims. Yep. Hey, Thor. BC Proud. I know it's early, but what are your thoughts about Billie Jean and the daughter today? Okay, yeah, we'll fuck. Quentin's case, what's your view? Okay. I knew you always was waiting for that. I was hoping you'd want to focus a little more on what's going on with Ronnie and his son, though. But yeah, we'll get to that. Hey, Carla. Tammy. Hey, sis. Why people saying that Dawn was released today? Did you see any of that, ChəR? I did see it. And I did speak with some people. I believed it for a hot minute. But then I quickly remembered that if that happened, I'm pretty sure there's a certain someone that would, like, they have a loved one in that very jail right now and would probably know that there was a commotion going on. So when they reported back to, their loved one when talking on the phone, I think that person would have said something to me. There's something going on. I think maybe. So I think there would have been whisperings, honestly, if that happened. Belinda Freeman says, show your face. Ah! It's dark in here. I didn't turn the lights on. Because when I get the lights on, it gets too fucking hot in here. Billie Jean named after MJ song. I don't know. Okay, thought this was America. Seems like only certain people have the right to their feelings and opinions. Yeah, a lot of people think that you only have the right as long as you're agreeing with them in that time. You see a lot of that on YouTube, right? But I do have to say I have a lot of people who I say some off the wall shit and I know that, but who doesn't? I don't filter myself a lot. So I just say it, how I feel it most of the time, and that definitely isn't for everyone. What are you going to be for Halloween? I haven't actually thought about that. I haven't really thought about that. Okay, so all right, which part of Quentin's case do you want to go over first? I want to hear about Baby Q. He is still lying dead in a landfill or sold. Yeah, I don't believe he was sold. But yeah, yeah, Quentin has not been found. Leonie is still free. She is. And I don't quite understand that. And it's FBI is investigating, law enforcement's investigating. They still haven't found baby Quentin, so I just, they know where she's at. I charges are coming, but I was kind of thinking today too, how do we know? Okay, so the day that child support kicked in, Quentin goes missing. So I don't know, like, and everyone is like, oh, praising these baby daddies, but really they aren't really doing so good. I will say Justin did an interview with Zane's father, and in my opinion, he is not in the right time of life to want to take custody of a toddler. But that's no shade, because he admits that, right? So he would like Zane with his grandpa. I don't know if they'll give those kids to any family now. I'm not really sure, because everything seems so different than when I was a kid. And you guys know how my past was. There's no family member was allowed to ever have custody of me, to the point where I was, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't a thing after certain lines were crossed. Although those lines had to get terribly close to me and my sister dying before something actually happened. And that's, unfortunately, things don't happen. And that's the same with domestic abuse. A lot of times the action doesn't get taken seriously until it's way too late. No body, no crime, waiting game. Yeah, they need to know exactly what charges are they going to put on her, right? So, in a way it makes sense, but I know it's frustrating to everybody. No, they said go faster. Now totally, I thought I heard. I think we're going to hear some kind of announcements tomorrow sometime, guys. I think by tomorrow evening, I think there's going to be something put out. But I don't know. I think they said at one point something about Tuesday. So I don't know, but I think tomorrow. I'm eager to get some news tomorrow. That's, I guess, what I can say. I've heard the kid was taken by the state. I can't imagine them placing them with family right now, given the circumstances. Right. It is sad. It really is sad. Everyone has emailed me. Some people have messaged me like, well, what do you think now that, Billy's, you hope I'm right. Yeah. It's sad to think a baby is still in a landfill. Yeah. That's disgusting to think. It is. And, yeah, it's probably in the kids' best interest that no family has the children. And hi, Canadian Cookie. Where's that sweet baby boy? Oh dear Lord. The abuse needs to stop. It's getting worse around the world, ain't it? Or around America anyway. Oh, and Canada. Hi, Dazed. I felt sorry for the great granddad. It was so freaking sad. He looked lost out roaming by the memorial. I didn't see that, but that is sad. That is sad. But what I was going to say about Zane's dad is He's not in a position right now. I have a lot of questions because I know what I did notice is that I didn't feel like he was a salty ex who was just out to bash Liliani. Am I saying that right? Lil? He wasn't out to bash. In fact, he was almost protective of her at some points. There's obvious issues he has of his own. If I definitely don't believe he was under the weather during that interview, but you know, it is what it is. But what he did say to Justin in his panel, or was it just on Justin's interview, which if you guys haven't checked it out, I'll put it in the description here too. But he got an interview with Zayn's father. Now there's a few questions that I would want to ask, but you kind of understand, like when you watch it, they had to work with what they were given. Leilani. Thank you. I get it freaking wrong. I swear every case has a name that I cannot pronounce and people just come for me. Karen's Rose Tattoo. Hey, Kinkins. Unique Trauma Obsessed. Hello. And so what I liked is that I'm sorry, and I don't remember the dad's name. But he owned his. He's like, I'm not in a place, right? So, but it's not to say he can't be one day, but sure didn't like what I was hearing right now. But it's not too late. Maybe this could be Cody. Thank you. That sounds right. This could be the kick in his butt that he needs to get it together, man, right? It could be it, like I said, and you guys know what me and my dad, it's not too late. That guy is still very young. He can kick whatever he has to and fight for his son and do better. He can, and I believe he can do that if he wants to do that. I think anyone can if they really want to. Peaches and Crime, they can sit down. We ain't got time for people coming at you. Thank you. And I see you guys out there defending me and whatnot, and you guys know you do not have to do that. I know I go into some shit. I know, and I tell Mark too. I'm like, I'm just, I'm starting shit again. I'm gonna get attacked again. Oh, okay. Because and then all of a sudden he gets amped up on the trolls. It's actually hilarious. Like he has nothing to do. He's minding his own business after work. I'm running my mouth and they troll his channel and he don't even know what's going on half the time with what I'm saying or what I'm digging into or what's what. Dolly and Bullhorn Betty are just speculating and listening to rumors. Yeah, a lot of you guys were upset that you're all like, they're bashing you. I'm like, what? What are they saying? But I did watch, and I mean, I didn't think it was quite bashing, but yeah, we're definitely not gonna agree, right? We're definitely not gonna agree. And like she said, she's there, and I'm just here on the telephone, So fair enough, I guess. Like, what do you really say back to someone? Like, what can I say? Just it is what it is. We're not gonna agree on everything. We already all know that. We see how this YouTube shit goes. That's his other name, Dolly or Jimmy. He told us that he was found. They are disrespectful. Did Dolly say that he was found? I think whoever's in front of me in this drive-thru ordered the whole damn menu, sitting waiting on a burger 15 minutes later. As a grandma, I'm just sick with baby being killed. Children are a blessing and precious gift. Hug your children tight. Yeah. Now, I know that's what a lot of people are wondering too. Like, how do I feel now that the protection orders come out? Because I didn't know when I did my live on Friday. I hadn't seen the protection order. Hold on. I hadn't seen it, so there was definitely mistakes made. Big mistakes made. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. There was mistakes made, but still, I don't think people understand or know the deeper. I think we're still learning, and I still think people need to hold on and learn and wait for an even deeper, bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if this is something that she had done totally alone, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. There's still so much more to learn, and perhaps that's why she's not arrested yet. I don't know. Yep, he said he believed he was found Friday. So he said he believed he was found on Friday. You know, they're there in Georgia right now, and maybe, you know, they're around, they can hear the rumblings and get a better feel. So maybe there has been rumblings, and you know, I think it's not really good to probably go out and say that, but I also get they're passionate, they're excited, they're on their channel and say, well, we've heard. I say things too quick sometimes too. I say things maybe before they should be said, or because people are like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm like, oh shit, that's right. Wait a little bit, right? But I think that it's not really good to say right now. But anyway, I mean, I haven't heard him say it, but if he said he thought, this is my opinion, well, that's one thing. But, not everyone will hear that this is my opinion. They'll just hear Dolly said he was found. You know what I mean? So it gets touchy with that. But sometimes I think as a creator, because I'm not even, I know my energy, my excitement and passion was much higher than me sitting on a computer discussing a case, but being present, let's say, actually face to face with people like I did in Courtney Struebel's case. It's so much emotions and adrenaline and these feelings that it's hard to control, and they're only human. But yeah, we don't need to be bashing them. I can't bash them. There's really nothing to say, honestly. So they're there, we're not. Oh well, that's it. Cotton candy boobs. Oh, Betty, or is Betty trashing me? I don't know. Betty's trashing me? I don't think so. I did hear her say she's definitely not in agreement with me, and I heard her say some slick shit about me being on my butt behind a computer, something like that, and she's out boots on the ground. That's all I heard her say. That's not trashing. That just made me fucking laugh. Like, oh, okay. Yes, make sure you guys are subbed to Cotton Candy Boobs channel. By the way, Yanni, if you listen back to this, which I think you will, thank you. A couple hours before we even started, I seen that you did a super chat, and I appreciate that. I just wanted, I remembered to acknowledge it in case you listen back to this. I love you. Thank you. I firmly believe it's Graham's responsibility, as they were agreed upon the daughter not have alone time caring for the kids. We all make mistakes as parents, but Graham's knew, and that's what upset me. Yeah, the court order said that Billy knew. Yeah, the court order did say that. Yeah, you're right. No, I'm not bashing Betty. There's not nothing to bash. Did Billy lie to me? I don't know yet. She told me she will never lie to me, so I have to trust that she's telling me the truth on things. That's how do we find out what the result in court was today? It just be patient. It'll be out. Yeah, it's a heartbreaking case, all right. Don's still in jail. I got Juice story tuned in, all I can say. Oh, I think I may have misunderstood your comment. You're saying Betty was bashing Cher. No, I don't think that's true, y'all. And we're not talking about Betty, and we're not talking about Dolly, and we're not talking about Benny, and we're not talking about I don't know who. J is for justice. You know what I mean? Justice for all. We're not talking about. We're talking these cases right now. That's what I want to focus on because it's just, there's a lot I could say about Bullhorn, Betty, and Dolly Vision, right? So, but what good does that do? How does that help anything? It doesn't. None of it really does. Ahmad is throwing around the F word, and you guys, hold up, wait a minute, are sending hearts. What mod's throwing around? I didn't even see a mod say the F word. Are they? You mean they said fuck? Oh shit, that's terrible, mods. I didn't see it, but and then they're terrible for throwing hearts around. I'm confused. I believe you're doing the best you can, ChəR. Thank you, Kellyanne. I don't know who said it. I don't see it, but somebody said it, or they just wanted to say it. I'm not really sure. When in doubt, blame cotton candy boobs or unique trauma obsessed. When evil exists, or when evil entered. I always get those two mixed up. Yeah, there. I just did. Yeah, I just did. Don't say duck. Sharon. Quit cursing, y'all. Hollywood, fuck it, blame me. Cotton Candy Investigates is blowing up at gigs with F-bombs, but guys, just ignore it if you don't like it. Sheesh. What? Right, ES? Now everyone's like, just fuck it. You tried to send me a gift. Did I get it? Are you talking to me? To my P.O. box? Or I haven't checked that we haven't checked it in like maybe a week. Cher's not bashing Betty and Betty isn't bashing Cher. We are quite obviously just not handling this case the same. But yeah, no, there's no bashing. Can we go back and talk about Don Walls? Sure. What would you like to talk about Don Walls? Hey, Leo. You meant Gigi, not gigs. Terry, I'm calling a bitch out, ChəR. She likes my name and now she's silent. Fuck! You're under a freeze warning in Alabama? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I have a question. Okay, wait. No, it's too soon to ask this question. It's too soon to ask that question. I don't even know Gigi, but Tramp, you are losing it. Shares 7. Wait, okay, Gigi? No fucking way. I've taken a couple of ads. I was thinking, I don't even see. So I'm on my phone and the computer. I can't even see. Are they? So Gigi's modded? Yeah, they were modded, weren't they? Why can't I see it anywhere in my chat? Gracie wants you to put me in the corner. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Nobody can put me in a corner. Nobody puts cotton candy boobs in the corner. Melissa Hart says, I on sudden said I love you from the person that was talking mess about you. You guys don't have to unsub anybody. Who's Gigi, that one? Yeah, Spash, Ronnie Lawson's sex offending son. Who also, by the way, Uncle Matt, you in here? He killed someone on a boat, right? Or really injured someone in a boating accident years ago as well. Same son. Just put myself in the corner. Is Don Wells' crazy ass out of jail? Not yet. I don't think he's out of jail yet. But I do think that he will be out of jail before the date that was given publicly, if that makes sense. So I think people should be watching like from now on, because yeah, they told us the 28th, and I do think that to try and the YouTubers or what, you know how they do there in Hawkins County and Beach Creek and shit. You know, maybe he was never there, except for, again, we know he was in there, or I can confirm he was in there. And yeah, I expect he's going to be released a few days earlier than what we were told, or maybe even possibly a day or two later, maybe. Just anything to trick us all to try and get it under the radar as possible. That's what I think. So if I lived there and I wanted to document, I'd be watching from now until what they give us, the 28th, I think was the day. Yeah, I'd be watching from now through to the end of them. Yeah, I'd literally, that's what I'd be doing, because I think they're gonna, like I said, I do think they're gonna try and pull one and let him go out earlier. But are they gonna keep him under lock and key, or is he just gonna start YouTubing as soon as he gets out? We know how Dawn is, but it shocks me because we know Candace loved to talk too, right? She loved to flirt with any guy she could. Like, as soon as Dawn got locked up, she was doing her thing, right? So no, there was like not even a pause, if I'm not mistaken. Tiffany Marie, girl, I've been watching some of your stuff. I've seen you on some panels, and I'm like, it's really dark in here, but in real life, there's some people that just make me so excited when they're on a panel, and you're just like toss your phone, without trying to break it, but you're so excited, so you toss your phone. I'm like, yes, bitch, get her. This dumb bitch, Jody Sue. It's a 16th. Like, she thought she got one on you. It's like, did she not hear you say it's Summer's anniversary month? The whole month. It's Summer's anniversary, 16th anniversary month. This bitch thinks you can only talk about Summer, or Summer's disappearance only matters on the 15th. I'm like, this stupid bitch right here is really, she thinks she's roasting the hell out of Tiffany Marie right now, but she's just like making, like, I didn't even know it's possible for someone to continuously dummy themselves down. And I mean, it's possible. She said, it's not even the 15th anymore. It's 1:30, Tiffany. It's not even the 15th anymore. And I'm like, that dumb bitch. Like, she knows it's not the 15th. But she's wondering, like, what the fuck are you doing? Even still to this day, 16 months later, and one day or a few hours. Okay, let's say 12 hours later. Like, what the fuck you been doing this last 16 months and 12 hours, Jody Sue? When do you ever really make it about Summer, Jody Sue? The 15th. She fucking knew what time it was, what day it was. I'll be honest, doesn't nobody know it better than probably her. And like, I don't have it down to the day, but I do, like, every month. Oh, yes, I do know and acknowledge the 15th of every month. But down to the day, the very minute, Tiffany Marie, Blood Money, Benny Keys, them are the two. You think I'm ride or die. Them two I actually put above me, and I know how, like, she is on my heart. So Jody Sue's barking up the wrong freaking tree, and it's actually you have to laugh at it, or it's just so fucking pathetic. Like, what else do you do? Or you go insane because we have to listen to her, right? And she knows we have to listen to her. That's why see, look at 489 days. Who are everyone's suspects for Summer Wells going missing? Jody Sue, Don Schaefer, Jr. and Sr. And Don, Candace, and Grandis. I mean, I think everyone knows something. I think they've all put a hand in it their own way, but yeah, I definitely. So I go back and forth, right? Because thinking about the Jody Sue stuff, reading through all the time, do I go back and read the stuff that me and Don talked about for months, all day, every day? And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I have to say, there's certain times where Don has actually gotten emotional. And I remember this one day, and it was me and Mark, Cam, I think Allie might have been at work, but Cam and Benny. And we were on video call together. And it was when we had heard about him talking about large amounts of money and drugs. And that's the time he was followed for a while, right? So it was around that time. And we were recording him for TBI. So we were going over some things and recording him. And we had, everyone on video. Were we on like a FaceTime call or something? But anyways, Benny and Cam, I think Allie, but maybe not Allie, because sometimes Allie wasn't there and she'd get mad at Cam for doing some of the stuff while she was not there. So it might have been one of those times. I don't know. But anyways, they were all on the phone. And Don got super passionate. It's probably the only time I really think I saw or actually heard true emotion from him. And he was like, why the fuck won't anyone ever, like, why the fuck doesn't anyone believe me? Like, it just is like, well, damn. Well, then you got to start questioning your wife, Don, because obviously you don't know the whole story. But yeah, there's just little parts like that. Then it does make you think, well, he said he come home, he saw the neighbor in the yard. You got Jody Sue bragging about her walking around and being one of the first to look and auctioning off her shirt that she searched for Summer in, when she goes around pointing fingers about everyone trying to make money off of Summer's name. And, the, what does she freaking call us? The, whatever she likes to call us, everything under the sun, Tiffany, the freaking maternal mother, or whatever she calls everyone. She makes fun of us for giving a shit about Summer because she clearly doesn't. Meanwhile, she's all the way back at the beginning trying to auction off her sweaty ass, crusty ass t-shirt, the one that Andy didn't take, for money for the marathon that she talked so much shit about people having a part of. Am I fucking wrong? Am I or right? Am I not mistaken? Everyone remember that, right? The marathon she bashes everyone for. She was trying to auction off a crusty ass t-shirt that she searched for Summer in. Y'all can't forget about shit like that, okay? You can't. So yeah, she is a suspect. Kim Kins, holy fuck. Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with Jody Sue? We don't know. She's also the one who said that she knew that the very man she was begging to come home and fuck her was doping up kids on that hill, not just Summer, but other little girls, so people could essay them. Remember, she said that shit. But then she's showing us receipts, and we see her begging Andy to come home and have sex with her at the same time as saying he hits on teenagers and minors that work at the stores. He's probably banging some minor. Oh, hey, come home and start having sex with me or our relationship is in trouble. What the fuck? You all forget this stuff. I don't. Who begs that? No, I can't. But anyway, yeah. See, I'm starting to yell. My neighbors are going to be like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? But We can't forget about that kind of stuff, you guys. Maybe she's paranoid because she's the one doing those things. Hey. Can't forget that she's gross. I don't know why, but I always think Josie Grossy when I see her. Josie Grossy. Who would want Jody Sue Brown, Beal, armpit, stinky shirt? I don't know. I don't even know if it really got auctioned off. Nana 5. I don't know if it got auctioned off or not. She literally called Cam off the hook at 7 a.m. Oh, the very people she's trashing now were the very people she was running to. And in my opinion, it was to use them the entire time. I could not understand why this one here, Tiffany Marie, was so protective, I'll say, because that's how I felt. I honestly thought them two were besties. I was pissed. Like, how everyone thought about me and Dawn's relationship is exactly what I felt about Tiffany and Jody Sue. I'm going to be honest. It made me sick. I'm like, Tiffany, like, who can't see this bitch for what she really is? You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so I get how some people feel because I felt that way, right? But then when things were really wrong, Tiffany didn't just sit on that and you know what I mean? Like, she did expose it when it was right. There's a time and a place for everything, and some people just don't understand that. But yeah, I'm so glad that she documented everything that she did. But let's not forget, Tiffany Marie was the one that Jody Sue wanted to hide behind. Do you see how I said that? Jody Sue went to Tiffany Marie to hide behind, because Tiffany Marie is stronger bitch than Jody Sue, and Jody Sue is a scared little rat bitch. Yeah, who probably from, all of the cigarette smoking and, she's just, her body's just so slowly giving out on her, would not want to meet me and Tiffany in an alley somewhere. I promise you that. That bitch can't hide behind me. She's 6 feet. I'm 5'2". Okay, well, I'm 5'6", so I could put you on my shoulders, maybe. No, we're not both hiding her. No, what am I thinking? No. Oh, Cher's email. I hear voices and it says it won't go through. What? Okay, so wait, did I write that right? That should be it. Thank you, Sharon Tuck. You're 6'2". Yeah, but I just thought about that. Yeah, I'm like, well, why are we trying to hide her? We're not going to hide her. But she is absolutely a suspect and questionable, 100%, and just as questionable and suspect as Dawn or Candace. And I do think, like, okay, but to think about statistically, I can make sense of it if Jody Sue was involved. And the whole property thing, like, Jody Sue has motive. They all had the motive. I saw the silver tongue and got so excited. Oh, I so want to get, for my birthday, I need some edible cake paint or something. I'm going to paint my freaking tongue. But yeah, to sit and think, well, the Wells were the perfect hit for that, because I think about, what was the one case? It's very much like the Wells. Vita, is that her name? Joe Vita. Oh, I think that's her name. I covered her case once. And years before, there was an accident in the family where someone got hit by a train. And then years later, after all this abuse, this whole family beating on this poor girl, grandma, all of the sons, girlfriends, everybody beating on this girl and using her for breeding kids. They murdered her to try and get away with the abuse, which they all did. They all got away with it, by the way. They're all free. It's a fucking disgusting story. they pushed her on the train tracks to stage it like something that happened years prior. So I think like Rosemary Bly and then Summer Wells. Okay, so that's similar. But to think that Jody Sue had the motive and was angry and right away after Summer goes missing says, good, I hope that makes them leave. I hope they leave that property now. What the fuck? What are we supposed to think? Vera Joe, thank you, ES. Vera, thank you for correcting that because it you guys know how I get these cases and there's a lot of things that align in the cases that I dig into. But yeah, they would be the perfect family, right? Because no, they're not perfect. They clearly have their problems. Of course, they're going to look suspect as hell if someone was to take a kid in some revenge thing, right? Don abusing in every which way, maybe, probably, allegedly, in our opinion, right? But we know what he is willingly confessed to, so how could we think otherwise, right? Candace, abusive in probably every which way as well, allegedly, in our opinion, and all of that, right? Did you know that Jody was getting gift cards and money off Candace? And I did. I called it out and nobody believed me. And Jody Sue called me a fucking liar. So did Candace. Candace called me freaking the fuck out. But yeah, I knew that. I knew she was being paid at the beginning. Yes, me and Don have text conversations about that whole situation. Which, of course, he denied and just claimed that him and Candace were just friends. And, Jody Sue was just doing those videos out of the goodness of her own little heart. And, he didn't care because she wasn't mentioning him. I'm like, Don, she's not saying your fucking name, but she's saying your name. You know what I mean? Like, don't be so fucking stupid. And then he'd be, oh, hold on a minute. And then come back. No, I talked to Candace and Candace says it's all fine. It's all good. I'm like, Don, dude. Killer. But yeah, I knew that. I've said it live a few times back then. As soon as she started, I said she was Candace and Don gave her money for that. I knew Don. And as soon as I seen that video, first thing I did was get on the line with Don. I said, what the fuck? You didn't pay her enough because she's still, yeah, oh yeah. She's still mentioning you. Yeah, she's not saying Don Wells, but yeah, he's an idiot. They're all an idiot. But, it is possible that what they are guilty of is being abusive, shitty, neglectful parents. That could be the only thing that they are guilty of. So if Jody Sue, because, with Jody Sue have the motive. So in my opinion, all of them, that would be the guilty knowledge that everyone says that Candace has or whatever, but why are they so afraid? Like, I don't really know. I have so many things in my head that I think about Summer, and it's hard not to have all these different theories, even to this day, because I don't know. And after today, I didn't before, if it was ever a question, trust in the law enforcement there. And I don't think I have to explain why. And I don't feel after today I'm going to explain why. Aaron, hey. What is my final theory? I don't have one. I if I had to say a final any theory, it's that what I've said from day one is that there is several people that should be behind bars for what has happened to Summer. I can't say what's happened to Summer because I honestly don't know, but something happened to her. And after 16 months and 2 days, Jody Sue, it's hard to think positively because I've lived the life I've lived and I am a realist. But I can be a dreamer too, but I'm mostly a realist and I expect the worst always. And if something good happens, good. I expect the worst and hope to be wrong. That's my theory right now. I think they're all guilty. And yeah, I think they're all guilty of it. But I do I question Jody Sue just a little bit more, if that makes sense. Because yeah, she had the motive at that time and was like, good, I hope they leave now. And like, yeah, it just all of that. Yanni, I was thanking you earlier. Good to see you. If Jody Sue Brown did something to Summer to get the Wells to leave the property, and now Jody Sue Brown doesn't even live on Ben Hill anymore. Wonder how she feels about that now. Yeah, and I wonder that too in my thinking, like, okay, well, there's that, but we have to think she had all these other plans. Do you think she was at that time thinking about Andy marrying someone else and not being with her? I don't know. Maybe she thought in doing something like that and getting the land back and blah, 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 or whatever she thought was going in her head. Maybe this is just a thought and a theory, thinking out loud. Maybe she thought that would fix the relationship. She'd done something. She has the power. All her Facebook lives and shit did something. It helped. And her and Andy would be happy ever after there. And the in-laws would be so happy with her. And I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, so much going on. Well, we miss you too, Yanni, and we get it. Life gets in the way sometimes, but we're always here, when you got the time, because this is going to be a busy couple of weeks for us too, because we'll be moving November. Jody Sue don't care about anybody else. She is number one. She is Summerwell's expert de facto. Yeah, I'd like to see a video of all things Jody Sue Brown has said that makes her look suspicious. Yeah. Oh, wow. There's to get a video with everything would be ideal, right? But that is going to take some doing. And whoever sits through all of that footage from the last 16 months in 2 days deserves like an award or something of some sort, like honestly, because it's rough. So Cher and JS, so Cher and JS, etc., have all this invaluable information. What? And yet the TVI are not interested. Either it's unbelievable conspiracy or y'all just self-interested bags of wind. I wonder. Oh yeah, well, you wonder away. Lawson's son got a 20-year sentence in prison, but only has to serve 1 year in the county jail. Yep. If that doesn't smell of corruption, I don't know what does. Good old boys club, call it corruption, call it benefits of daddy being sheriff for however many years. I don't fucking know. But it ain't right. Why did Andy's mom want Jody Sue and kids off the property? Probably for a lot of reasons. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that they wanted her up on Facebook Live and like that, telling all the business and shit like that, because they're probably much more old school. Or I don't know why. I have no idea why. We'd have to ask Andy that. Or Andy's parents that. Or Andy, I'm sure. Andy, has he been on his channel? I'm sure Andy's probably answered that. Does anyone know? You call it F up? Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? Absolute bullshit. Sings to high hell. Yeah. It sure does. We all have shit and pasts and issues. That's true. Now, since that came up, that reminds me also, people are like, how can you blast the babysitter in Quentin's case's past like that, Cher? How could you? You have a past too, and you don't like when people throw your past around, and you're absolutely right. But the context of me showing that and people bashing me for showing that makes me laugh. The people saying, I'm unsubbing you. How could you show the babysitter's record? Everyone and their moms and every minor around, not just Ben Hill, Beach Creek, but all around Tennessee, records have been out. Nobody in any case has been off limits. But for some reason, the babysitter in Quentin's case, who was dragging everybody else's records around, we better not show her records too. But it's okay because it was from 20 years ago. So it really doesn't matter now. And how dare Cher? I didn't say it matters now. I'm not showing it to use it against her. And oh, look at her. She da, 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 da. Do I trust her? No. Do I believe everything she's saying is the truth? No. But that's my right. That's my prerogative. Like this, that's my thoughts, my theories. Do I like her past? No, but she's even lying about it though. It's not just 2 abuse records, and she did get serious injury of 1. So I don't even want to hear, but you can't go around and everybody, what about these records? What about these records? What case has anybody else's records been off limits? Tell me, what case? Because I'll wait, because there hasn't been anyone in Summer Wells's limits, including minors, records off limits. But I show the babysitters and everyone wants to freak the fuck out. This is true crime. Everybody around those kids mattered, still matter. And if you don't think so, I am so happy you're unsubscribing. Thank you for your bullshit, shitty comments, but I'm going to continue on doing what I'm doing. Because if it's right in every other case, you're not going to fucking tell me it's not right for this case too. You can go put them lips up on that babysitter's big butt. Right, yo man girl. No, I don't feel bad for it. It was never to be like, oh, I'm better than her or anything like that. But the simple fact that she was out there dragging everyone else's record, and I'm sorry, I had not heard her speak about her record. I had no idea about the record. And from what I'm being told, unless I'm being lied to, but Billy has told me she will not lie to me. She's promised me she will not lie to me and that I can trust her. She told me she had no idea and she trusted the babysitter because the preacher leaves his kids with her. That she had no idea about the record. Okay, well, guess what? When I reported it, I had no idea about the record. Or to be quite honest, I wouldn't have felt like I had to report it because it would have already really been out there. But I hadn't seen it. So yeah, I put it out there. And again, because, well, yeah, sometimes I can be just a petty little bitch. And when I see other people dragging, everyone else and not talking about their own shit or owning up to their own shit, well, I'll put it out there for you. I will help you. I will help you own your shit, okay? Put yours out there too, not just everyone else's. So that's what I did. And if you don't like it, that's too damn bad. That's how I roll. And no, I don't feel bad about it. Or I would have privated it, but it's still public. I'm not sure, Sandra. Hi, Zena. You do you, sure. You know what you're doing, and we love you. They have no right to preach. Yes. After this last baby Quentin, I believe humanity is lost. Yes, I believe. Zena, I totally get it. It's so terrible. I honestly lost all hope for everything. The job I went to with Mr. Cher, the couple, the wife works in the court system. And she writes up everything, right? She writes up what everyone says, whatever. And, or she has to, no, she writes up the judge's, she writes up what happened in the case and what the outcome is, like what the judge says, whatever. And she says the outcomes in some of the cases is just bullshit and she doesn't agree with it, but there's, so to hear that from someone who works in the justice system saying like some of these cases are bullshit. Well, we know that. It's just, it makes you lose a lot of I don't even know how to word it. I'm jaded. I'm very, very jaded to everything, almost everyone for a reason. And yet the establishment, the entire establishment, which is courts, attorneys, like it all of it, the media, everything that runs this beast of a much bigger and darker thing. You know? I just want to be around animals. Yeah, frick these humans. God will figure them out. It's so heartbreaking. Yeah, they were okay with Billy Joe's being put out, but they weren't they from years ago too? I don't know, because some people were saying that Billy was trying to evict. Well, why was she trying to evict her kid and the kids? She didn't care about them. She was trying to evict them. No, she was not. She was evicting her daughter and the boyfriend, not the grandbabies. Or that's not what I've been told. That's not my understanding from what I've been told by Billy. So it was never evicting the grandbabies. Or maybe they mistook, because I was calling however you say her name, Lil. I was calling her baby, Billy's baby, so maybe they took that. Who is the beast that runs everything? I'm not even gonna go there with you. Are you gonna twist what I said? The establishment. The establishment is the beast. The what I just call the establishment that really rules the world. That's what I mean. It's no one person. Yeah, I'm aware what I said. You can rewind on what I said. You can do that. Go ahead, rewind. Leilani, why the hell can I not get it through my skull? Okay. Leilani. You'll have to remind me next time too, probably. I should remember that. It's actually such a cool name. Leilani. Damn. The man saved the empire. My understanding is Billy Joe has custody of the kids. Not anymore. She had custody of the kids. Now tomorrow I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna do a live and go over. I wanted to make sure it was okay, but Justin said it was okay if we go over the interview he did. So I'd like to do that tomorrow afternoon with y'all and kind of go over that. And I need to go back through my live stream from Friday night because Billy was in there answering a lot of questions and I didn't get to see everything. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that tonight and in the morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, I want to go live and I'd like to go over that interview and go over the things that Billy said in my chat Friday night, because she didn't come up in panel, but she was very active in the chat, wasn't she? For those that were there. And there was all kinds of questions. And there was questions, as you guys know, I went to work with Mr. Cher. So I was on my little tiny phone on StreamYard. So I didn't get to see everything. So I'd like to go over some of that, and I would like to compare it to also the things we've been talking about privately. Yeah, so I want to do that with you guys tomorrow. Did Billy Joe happen to tell you why or how she also lost custody of her children? Yes. Yes, Angela. She's been very open about that, actually. Do you know what time tomorrow? I don't have a set time tomorrow. Is there a time? Why is there a time that works better for people? Should we do it like earlier? It's a good time, like Central Time, like 3:30 Central. The court hearing they went to today was a placement hearing for the other kids. Yes, it was. Yep. And did Billy Joe happen to tell you? Okay, I already read that. Yeah, she did. She did open up about it. For 9 years, her kids were with her sister, Leilani's aunt, Billy's sister, for 9 years. Because yes, there was drug and abuse problems. I'll leave it at that because that's out there. That's out there herself, like she said. And her sister took kinship placement for 9 years. And in that 9 years, Billy has said to me and other people that she worked really hard and worked really hard and fought and got her kids back. And it took her 9 years. And she is, she said that she's according to her, fought for her life and done really good. And she feels now like perhaps it was all for nothing. And she's also said that, because we've talked about the what ifs and the maybe you should have and all of that. And she goes, I have all of those. Like, trust me, I've got all of that in my mind right now, yeah, it's hard for me to talk about that right now with seeing the actual custody agreement now, because it doesn't make me happy, right? But I would be lying to you guys if I didn't say I still want to know. I need to know more. But that's my childhood, my past coming in where, yeah, I see she fucked up. I see she made mistakes, but I don't think everyone understands. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't think they understand being in a family like that and the generations of this family cycles like that. You tend to make not the best decisions because you do want better for especially your kids that you have, and you, even though you see they're making mistakes, like, you want better for them and you make shitty things. Again, I compared it to me and leaving my animals with my sister at the time, but that now seems like a much smaller scale than what this is. So it's not even the same thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, yeah, I wish that Billy made smarter judgment calls. But do I still feel for her? Yeah, I do. And I don't fucking, if that's a problem with people, I don't know what to tell you, but there's a reason I do. And I think, that's why I'm not for everyone. But again, will people think I don't have room in true crime? I think maybe that is the room that I have in true crime is because of my experience and stuff. And I want to know more. And I think that, well, we're going to leave it at that. That's what we're going to leave it at for right now. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say, as things go on, I'll say more and more, but thank you, Sharon. Was this the first time Leonie was left? No. It was not the first time. Or, sorry, Leonie was left with the children since she lost custody to her mom. No, it was not. If I'm being honest, no, it was not. And I think that's out there publicly, but no. Leonie was left numerous times along with those children. And I can't lie to you. That's the truth. And I think everyone in the neighborhood would tell you that. And I think Billy is as much as said that. If not, well, I'm not. Yeah, she was. I think we all know that. Yes. Oh, no. Whenever you got time. And y'all, check out Killer Looks merch. He's got a discount on, what is it, tomorrow? What is it, the 18th? Or is it today, the 17th? He's got like 17, maybe it's 17% off like today off his merch, I think. Is that right? Am I right? Or is it tomorrow? Drop your merch link, please. Yeah. Thank you, Sharon. Some people are like, and you call yourself a life coach? I was shocked that I didn't lose my clients because I was like, oh, you guys you don't hate me. You still want sessions? Because, man, people are not happy with me right now. Megs. Well, that's nice. Mom trusted her to a point. Miss K, yeah. Yeah. I can honestly say she didn't think that this would happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't believe she ever thought something like this would happen. And I think that in some families with many generations and born into a cycle of things, I don't, how do I say it so everyone understands? I think when I'll include myself, people like us who live through these uh, types of families or survive these types of families, I'll say, we almost are blind and numb to certain things in areas and really kind of ignore. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just trying to help some people who will probably never understand, try to understand. But uh, if Billy was doing better for herself, right? And she was, because I've seen proof of that. She was doing better than what she used to do. Unfortunately, Billy's better just was not good enough. Does that make sense? Billy's better was better, but it wasn't good enough. And she wanted better for her kids too, you know what I'm saying? But at what price she didn't really pay attention to, which that sucks. But I do think that she wanted her daughter to learn to be there, have a steady job, stop stealing from your job, stop stealing from me, and start buying some diapers for once instead of me doing or whatever. I just think things go a lot more deeper in some of these things. But it's weird because I don't feel the same about, let's say, Billy as I do Candace. And here's why. It's because maybe, well, I try to tell, like I ask myself actually why, but how I relate it in my own mind is I can see, honestly, Billy did try. I think a lot of us can honestly see that, even though we're pissed at her compared to what she used to be, and hearing, you know, and seeing proofs of what she has also lived through and been through. She should have. I know. Yeah, she did. I mean, we can't deny that she fucked up. Yeah, for sure. We can't deny that, right? But what was I saying? Oh, so everything that Billy, you know, you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, I think she just was hoping, you know. But I seen that she did better. I seen what she went through and where she is now, like a welder for like oil piping and stuff, like her, like look at her house, her property, like, so I've seen that she did fight and do better for her. That was better for her. And but from us and what we see all publicly and what happened, clearly her better was again not good enough. That's what we can say, right? But I seen that Billy tried. And so maybe I sympathize a little bit. So shoot me. Because my mom never tried. I have not once in 16 months and 2 days and a few hours ever seen Candace try, or Dawn, or even Jody Sue, or Grandis. Does that make any sense? It's just it's different. Was Leilani allowed to be with the kids when her boyfriend was there? I didn't read that part. I actually think that that might have been allowed. I have to read through it again because I don't recall. Did it say was she allowed around the kids with supervision? But that is before that was released. I was kind of thinking that might have been a thing, is that she probably had to have supervision because that's how my mom was. My mom was not allowed alone with me until I finally said, like, I'm done. I don't want to see her ever again. That last like year and a half, 2 years, she was not allowed to be alone with me. It got to the point where she was only allowed to see me inside like a child prison thing where it was like a prison. Kids went there to see their parents, but it had police guards everywhere, barbed wire fences everywhere so that parents couldn't run off. But that's because I was a kidnapper, because I was kidnapped like 20 times. But yeah, it was, so it probably wasn't that bad. But again, that was Canada and many, many years ago, right? Because I was born in 83. So totally different times, totally different country. But Yanni, thank you. Again, thank you. Communication was locked in our previous generations. It's very important. That's another thing, and especially in the South, is a lot of things are not supposed to be dealt with outside of your own. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's right at all, because it's not, but there's a culture of things, and unfortunately that's just true. I understand why you feel for Billy, Cher, but what happened was 100% preventable. And I cannot disagree with that, T-Walk. I can't. You're right. You're not wrong. I've said that. That's 100% true. It was preventable. But what have, could have, should have. What do we do now? I'm not even going to ask that question because I know what everyone's going to say in a moment of anger. Actually, yeah, let's do it. Thumbs up. Do you think that Billy should be in prison? Let's say, should she get a life sentence just as much as her daughter? Or let's say, as other people are involved, do we even know for sure that this was Leilani all alone? Is there any possibility someone else was in on it? Is there any possibility, or has it been ruled out, that the day that child support goes in and the baby daddy is supposed to pay child support and then he goes missing? I know they're saying, well, that's motive for her, but I'm like, I don't know. You believe she will run? I hope she doesn't do that. Not life. No, absolutely not. Okay. She can't take it back no matter how bad she hurts. It sucks. I think Billy will personally prison herself, whether she gets in trouble or not. I think she will forever be in prison now herself. Does that make sense? What did Billy do? I just think Billy's guilty of maybe just trust. I don't know. I don't know what Billy done. She just made poor judgments is all I can really say. She wanted her daughter to do better and trusted her daughter, and it ended terribly. Right? JD, yes. Yes. Oh, are we saying, okay, did they find little Quentin's body yet? Hummingbird, as of right now, there's no reports on a Quentin being found as of yet. I definitely feel that the eviction notice pushed Leilani over the edge. I forgot about the eviction. Yes. Okay, ADT security states door out to pool was open 2 a.m. Okay, to 5 a.m. You don't think Billy should go to jail? Billy posted on her Facebook that Quentin had passed and her daughter didn't. Yes. Yeah, she did post that. She's even called her daughter a liar. Billy should get something. Trying to sow some trust in her daughter. She should get the same as her daughter if the problem that Billy let her daughter be alone. Yes. Now, can I ask you guys, does it change any of your guys' opinions on what kind of sentencing? Let's say Liliani. Okay, the police say she's number one suspect, right? Prime suspect, I believe, is the exact term being used. Okay, does her mental illness and diagnosis of bipolar disorder and a couple other things, do you guys think that at all should be factored in? Does that matter? Do you think she deserves prison or perhaps a mental institution instead of a prison? Do you think she should go to prison for a little while and then remain in a mental institution? Or like, what do you guys think? Does anyone think more deeper than just, this guy's a monster, let's lock him up and throw away the key? Does anyone think about, okay, well, let's factor in this, and then think about what a sentence should be? No, no excuses. Wow, okay. Wow. Prison for life. Okay. No, and no. Okay. I have bipolar and I would never hurt my kids or animals, right? Right. So that's another thing. You agree she's a killer. Okay. She deserves prison for life. Okay. That's fair enough. No negligent. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It makes all us bipolar people look awful. Yeah. I've got to hear the whole story first. Yeah. Killer is a killer. Oh. There we go. And yeah, I totally get it. Does not matter. I think she should get the death penalty. Oh, interesting. Prison for life. Okay, bipolar can be treated with medication. So this was a choice of Liliani to not be treated the way I understand it. Yeah. Oh, so she wasn't treated. I didn't hear that part. In my opinion, anyone who hurts or murders a child should be dead. You did it? Yeah. Drugs is a big factor. Yeah. You're packing a roll. Well, okay. Well, so there's a segue. Now, Friday, I'm going to be doing a marathon. I'm not sure how long we'll be live, but it's starting at, I think, 11 Central. I'm going live because some of you, my 2 cents, anyone who would harm an infant must have some kind of mental illness. Right. Right, babe. Death penalty. How many of us live with bipolar and don't hurt anyone? That's true. And I understand that the back door was opened at night. Yeah, that's fair, Melissa. I can't disagree. If Billy wasn't involved in the act of harming the baby, it should just be child endangerment, but the one who did it should get life. I cannot disagree with that. Now, Billy, I'm sorry if you listen to this. I think, we knew it was a wrong situation, probably, if we knew she was diagnosed. Again, I don't think she knew that this would happen, but I think that's a fair comment, Wicked, if I'm being honest. And if that makes me mean, that's not what I'm trying to be, because again, I like Billy. So, and again, people are gonna be like, oh, she sympathizes. I a little bit do, and you all know why. So but I do think that is a fair, because if she knew, and we're thinking, because on this platform we do, we care about proper charges, right? I think that is very fair, Wicked. I think because that's true. So I think that's super fair, actually. That's true, Shiba Mom. We can say anyone causing harm, murder, SA has mental illness, but that's not a free pass. Right. If it was a pool accident, she did the wrong thing, hence why she may not be arrested yet and may need mental health, even though I think she sucks. We don't know for sure. Yeah, killer. Yeah. Yeah. It's it does seem to mimic the Casey Anthony a little bit. With that aspect, with the pool and the door. I think if there was a pool accident, possibly police would have said something already. I'm not 100% sure though, but I think, they said, I heard Tuesday mentioned, so tomorrow I'm waiting for some kind of something, and we'll be live. Now, this conversation has me interested. Hey, Bobby. So Friday morning, and I'll be live for a couple hours because if you guys are familiar, we are friends with a couple, Cecilia and Taylor. And Taylor's been almost 2 decades in Washington State. He was, I think, 16, I believe, at the time of the crime. Washington State has no parole. So when you get life, you really do life. Taylor has owned up to all his shit, and you guys can go back. And if you go to Friday's show that's set up, you'll see in the description a link that I shared. One of the first lives that Mark and I did with Taylor and Cecilia. You'll learn a lot about Taylor's story. Taylor's being resentenced after almost 2 decades on Friday. And we get to go live, and he'll be calling in on Wednesday or Thursday to speak with us live again, as he has a few times. Yes, it's allowed, so whatever. But we'll be live with hopefully a celebration because Taylor, just a quick recap. I want to say it's been 17 or so years, near 2 decades in prison for something he did at 16 years old. Him and some buddies, he admits, he kind of bounced around the system, you could say. No parental, no parents watching what you're doing, so you end up kind of raised in the system, being thrown into teenage group homes and things like that. And Taylor got mixed up in the wrong crowd, and they decided to rob a drug dealer. The drug dealer died. And the prison system is supposed to be about rehabilitation too, right? And the one that he's in actually says rehabilitation. And if you guys go to the link, babe, can you find that one you did with Taylor and Cecilia on your channel? It's like a year ago. It's like the couples one, like the couples different love stories or whatever you labeled it. And yeah, so Taylor has I can't say the word. He gets to have some weekends with his wife, okay? And recently, I don't think it matters how recent, I don't need to put that out there, but there is a new daughter that Taylor is eager to come home to and be a father to, as well as be a husband to, and continue working as he continues even now while on the inside. People think when you're in prison, you have no choice. You have to do good. You have to stay off drugs. You have to, and that's not true. It's easier to do actually much worse and just not give a shit when you're in prison. Well, I'm getting fed 3 meals a day. Like people they just don't care. Yes. Check that one out. Check that out to learn more about Taylor. And he'll be on, like I said, Wednesday or Thursday. I'm working that out with Cecilia to speak again. And then Friday we'll be live. And I hope that we get to celebrate some good news. They aren't like thinking, oh, okay, he's going to get, we hope that he gets a sentence like, okay, time served, 17 years, maybe a couple years probation and checking in and, proof of him going to therapy and all of these things. I don't know. But anyways, we're hopeful that he will actually get the chance to be a free man, be a husband, be a father, and continue to help all the people he's helping. He helps youth to try to make better judgment calls and not make the same mistakes he did. He's helped train service dogs. He does so well. The prison actually lets him have a YouTube channel and interview people. He's got and written music for Fat Joe, you know. Was it Fat Joe? Yeah, I think it's Fat Joe. He's a good dude. So I hope you guys check out his story or swing by on Friday morning and watch or wait for some good news or just send some positive energy. I just wanted Taylor to feel like he had support, like we were there with him, and Cecilia as well, to know that she's got people rallying right behind them. So happy for them. Yeah, did you guys see that? Yeah, I've got a lot more to add in the description, but be watching for that, and I hope for some good news. One of the first cases I followed was Jory Lorette, and it took forever. His dad kept pleading insanity. It was horrific. Now nothing surprises you. Oh. Design convictions. Design conviction. I'm going to drop the channel link. Oh, yeah, he does music with Seth Anthony, too. So, yeah, he's very, very, he works his butt off from inside prison. He does more good things and works harder than many people that are not in prison. Like, he's just, I believe he should be free. And okay, I found it. I'm gonna drop the channel link for Cecilia and Taylor in the chat. There you go. There's the channel link. And I really hope that he doesn't strike me, but I'm going to share a video with you guys so that you can look forward for some more videos of this awesome creator of Prairie True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy. I don't even know his channel name now, because he worked really hard on this, and I'm excited. I want to put this on the Twitter, not the Twitter. What is it? The TikTok. But he's already looking into more cases, and he's going to do one for Courtney too.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right.
The Smiley Face murders, an inexplicable string of deaths of young, healthy, popular, athletic men spanning more than 20 years in several cities and states. Is this the work of a serial killer, a cell of serial killers, or is it some bizarre mixture of murder and accident? You decide. Our story begins February 17th, 1997 in Manhattan, New York. Patrick McNeil Jr. and his friends were having some drinks at the Dapper Dog Bar in Manhattan. The only thing out of the ordinary was Patrick seemed to be more intoxicated than he should be, considering how much he had had to drink. It was noted by witnesses that Patrick was seen stumbling all over the place as he left the bar, falling against parked vehicles, vomiting. And there was also something else very strange. There was a vehicle noted that was following him. They would stop when he fell, and when he got up and started stumbling again, they would follow him. Was this the killer or killers? Patrick never made it home that night. In fact, it wasn't until nearly 2 months later his body was recovered in the water at the Bay Bridge section of the Brooklyn Owl's Head Water Pollution Control Plant, over 12 miles from where he was last seen. The cause of death was listed as drowning, and manner of death as undetermined. For this to be accurate, Patrick would have had to fall into the water, travel 12 miles over 50 days, undetected. That doesn't really add up to me. Also, there was burning and charring on his torso and face. There were ligature marks around his neck and wrists, and there were fly eggs in his groin. Now, for there to be fly eggs in his groin, he would have had to have been exposed to the open air for a few days before being put in the water. So how they listed this as drowning or undetermined is beyond me. And there are several cases that happen just like this. Very odd scenarios, very odd situations, and bizarre circumstances that just don't point to accidental death. This was the case that got the attention of Detective Kevin Gannon. He knew something was wrong, but at this point he had no idea the strange and tragic road that lay ahead of him. Gannon vowed to never stop searching for answers, even in retirement, and he would not be alone. He was soon joined by Detective Anthony Duarte. Over the years, they kept collecting data on similar drownings. There were dozens, all athletic, all popular, successful types, all suspicious circumstances surrounding their deaths. And in many cases, smiley face graffiti was found nearby, and all of the victims were found in water. Brian Welzian, age 21, went missing January 1st, 2000 in Chicago. His body was not found for 77 days, and he had minimal decomposition. And again, death was listed as accidental. This does not add up. Todd Gieb, 22, of Michigan, went missing the 25th of June, 2005. His body was found 22 days later. It was speculated that he drowned, got too drunk, fell in the water, and drowned. But friends and family would refute that, saying he wasn't a big drinker, and he was a very strong swimmer. And this was in the summertime. Hypothermia wouldn't be an issue. So this does not make sense. Lucas Holman, 21, went missing in October of 2006 in Wisconsin. Lucas was found 3 days after going missing, but it was determined his body had only been in the water for 3 to 12 hours. This does not add up. Dakota James, 23 years old, went missing January 25th, 2017, found in the Ohio River 10 miles from where he was last seen. There are dozens more cases just like these. Inexplicable deaths, shoddy police work, and laziness instead of doing what retired detectives Gannon and Duarte are doing, trying to figure out who is killing these people. Not all of these are murders, likely. Some were accidents, but there are so many that just don't add up. People being missing for days, weeks, even months before being located, and their bodies have minimal decomposition. That has to mean that they were kept alive somewhere before being killed and placed in the water. There's no other explanation for it. So what do you think? You think it's a serial killer? A group of serial killers? Or some kind of bizarre string of accidents? Or maybe some combination of the above? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And I hope you like this video. There's going to be more like this coming. So stay tuned. And until then, this is True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy77, aka Prairie Boy77, aka Mr. Cher, aka the Beard of Reason, aka the Voice of Reason, saying good day, good night, and Godspeed.
That's awesome. Can't wait for the next one. Me too. He is a good, yeah. So he was messing with the trailer and he showed me like a clip that he worked on. It must have been like a 10-second clip at first, right? And I was like, it's over. I wanted more. I was like, you gotta get that video done. I kept like every time I got home from work, will you work? Like, are you gonna make that video? I want to see that video. I'm waiting for that video because that little bit he showed me, like, look at this, look what I done. I was like, damn it, I want to see the whole thing now. But I told him he could probably go a little bit longer and get even a little bit more information in the videos because people, they love his voice. I love his voice. And I do want to, she said, don't ask any questions. And that's fair because it's been a big day, but I do want to acknowledge, I'm glad to see something from you and that, you know, you're okay. And prayers. Like I said, not everyone will agree, but you're in my thoughts and prayers. So, and I'm going to end it with this, but we will be live tomorrow because, again, I want to go through the interview that Justin did. And he did a great interview. So go check it out before tomorrow. And then, because, yeah, there was a few things he said, and one thing he said that was really weird. But yeah. Oh, and one thing that, like Billy told me, is none of the dads were involved at all. You know, some want to act all big and high and mighty right now, but they didn't care or call or whatever much check on kids in the past. But that's neither here or there. I hope that the one who says that he wants better, I hope that then he gets off his butt and does better. I do hope that, and I don't think it's too late. I never think it's too late, right? Because if I thought that, then I don't think that. Or I wouldn't have a relationship with my dad. Right? And people say, well, you know what, my dad is doing better. It's probably not better for what most people would consider better, but today, my dad, compared to what our past was and the life I know he went through and the life that I'm learning he went through before I was even in existence. Yeah, I can honestly say that my dad, for my dad today, is doing the best he's ever done. And there's something to say about that. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.